It's not uncommon to see a group of young adults starting their own band.
I love music because it makes me feel like, well, I'm a famous person.
However, this band has overcome obstacles most young adults never face.
Their abilities to communicate is very different.
That's your story tonight.
Let's dance. Truth is Beauty and Revolution were made by Sculptor Michael Cochran. Each displays an important message.
Real feminine energy is what's missing in the world, so I gotta bring it.
Discover their message and Cochran's dramatic past. Next.
Get ready to shake it up with SambaFunk.
Dance, wellness, cultural, musical, fitness project.
This style of movement is expanding throughout the Bay Area community and will have your body ready for the beach this summer. Stay tuned.
Welcome to InBox. I am Hadir. About 1 in 68 children in the United States has been diagnosed with autism. The developmental disability can cause social interaction difficulties, communication challenges, and repetitive behavior. There is no cure for autism, but there are means to reduce symptoms and increase skills and abilities. For a group of young adults in Fremont, California, their mean is music. This band is named the Dream Achievers, achieving through music what they can't express in words. Each member is autistic. They met at music camp. Today, they are professionals. Lawrence Wang plays the saxophone. His musical talent surprised even his mother.
I never imagined that he actually has this wonderful musical talent. He struggles and really feels annoyed by this high pitch. And so in order for me to get him to music lesson to learn the flute recorder, instead of paying the teacher, I had to pay him.
With music is because it's so exciting.
Autistic children often struggle to find their voice.
Just different autistic individuals have different abilities, and how they process the music or their talent is a lot different.
The Dream Achievers started at music camps offered by Friends of Children with Special Needs, or FCSN. Today, the band features pianist, drummer, a saxophonist, and guitarist.
I love music because it makes me feel like, well, I'm a famous person.
Gregory is the lead guitarist. He couldn't even speak when he was in preschool. Music has given him the power to not only express himself, but also the confidence to interact with others.
Stay right there. Don't move, don't move, don't move. All right.
Chris, the drummer, loves rhythm.
Apparently, I was always like, every time I was in class, I've always been like drumming on my desk, just like for fun.
Jane, the pianist, is quieter than others, but she too has found her expression through music. Tony, a professional musician himself, is the band's director.
It's because they have the music in them and they play together as a team that they're able to let their light shine in a way that someone else maybe on the autistic spectrum wouldn't be able to, because they don't have something that they can really call their own.
Dream Achievers! Break. So.
Maria Stark is a music therapist, helping autistic children for over 10 years.
Anytime we're feeling connected, there's a sense of feeling like we belong and like we're part of our human tribe.
For the local program students. With music, it's like a universal language. Even though the verbal language communication is so poor, but then with music, they just sit down and they all play together as if they completely feel each other.
Music has helped the band members communicate beyond the use of instruments.
I see so much growth in them, not just as musicians, but as people. I see them blossoming in their adaptive skills, in their cognitive skills, relational skills, so many different areas. I see them growing and blossoming and blooming, and not just in the circle that we have, but in society.
The Dream Achievers perform across the Bay Area and have also been invited to perform internationally. They have had 2 concert tours in China where they amazed the local community with their talent. Today, the Dream Achievers are offered about 2 to 3 gigs per week.
The message that I want Dream Achievers to give to other parents is never to give up hope. Keep trying. When the time is ripe, things will happen, and your kid will come out of their shell and show you what they can do.
Welcome back. I'm Shada Ajaj. An ancient practice sculpting has been a way to turn raw material into alive, lasting images. Many with the sole purpose to pay tribute to a subject. Today, techniques have surrendered to technology. However, on Treasure Island in the San Francisco Bay, one man continues to carry on sculpting tradition. She's Plus Dance, the work of Marco Cochran. She represents his appreciation and respect for feminine energy and power as she stands overlooking Treasure Island. She's 40 feet tall, made of steel and covered with over 1,000 LED lights. It took over 2 years to build and 30 volunteers.
I was working at a job building amusement park rides, and there was a sculpture being made, and I felt like I could do a better job, and so they dared me to do it, and I did. That pretty much set me on my path.
Plus Dance first appeared in 2010 at the Burning Man Festival, an annual event dedicated to artists, celebrating self-expression and self-realness. Katie Ponton, Cochran's coordinator and welder, was part of this remarkable journey.
It was probably one of the most well-known pieces that has gone to Burning Man's. You know, it's definitely something that stood above the rest, not just because of her beauty and the impact of seeing her, but also because of the engineering behind it. You know, nobody believed that she would be able to stand on one foot.
The grace of Cochrane's sculptures comes from the freedom he gives to his models to express themselves.
So I asked the models to just do whatever they want to do, recognizing that they're doing something that's going to last forever.
His works are symbols, often about strong women.
The way I work is with the basic belief that real feminine energy is what's missing in the world. So I got to bring it.
Cochrane believes women are too often seen as a sexual objects or victims of violence.
When I was 7, I lived in Berkeley, and my friend who I grew up with, who's 9, was raped by a stranger outside of my house while we were playing. Like a male had done this, and I was a male, and I needed to do something about it.
His work is having an impact on people's view of feminism.
It really affected, I think, how I thought about sexuality and how women are sexualized and how the choices that I make and how I choose to be sexualized or not be sexualized.
She says this has made her personally more confident.
It's definitely made me think about those things a lot and think of them differently than I once did. And I'm grateful for that because I feel like it's changed a lot of really good things in me.
He really did show me through his art and through working with him some of the problems that I just really wasn't aware of. You know, you just go through your life and you just don't think about these things. And he got me to pause and really think about the women in my lives, how I interact with women, and the struggles that women face daily throughout their lives.
Welding has never been a career for scholars, but it is his hobby. He also teaches volunteers how to weld. Each sculpture begins as a handcrafted clay molding using medieval era techniques. It's then enlarged to an 18-foot clay version and cast in plaster. The casting is broken up into pieces and used to construct the final product made of steel rod, tubing, and mesh. And the result is striking. Truth is Beauty is Marco's second sculpture. She celebrates women who have grasped self-acceptance and love.
Women came up and said, I love my body for the first time ever after seeing this piece.
Standing 55 feet tall, made of steel, and covered in over 3,000 multicolored LED lights, she creates an amazing show.
I was probably more core crew with Truth is Beauty, and took a little bit more of a leadership role, more of a coordinator role, and helped other people get up to speed and so that they can work on the piece.
Building sculptures can be a long and expensive process, costing hundreds of thousands of dollars and taking years to complete.
We do fundraising. We do private fundraising through websites such as Indiegogo, things like that. We'll do dinners and other things like that in order to make the money that we need to buy the supplies and all that. But we also do it because we have a lot of really great volunteers that want us, that believe in it.
The support and funding from volunteers and the local arts community has enabled Marco to reach his dream.
Do what you really want to do. It's your life. Follow your bliss. Follow what's important to you. And that's more important than anything else.
Today, he's working on his next piece, Revolution. She displays and expresses what the world will be like when women are saved. She will be featured at the Burning Man Festival in 2015. It's Cochrane's ultimate goal to empower women through his work. He hopes to leave a legacy and change the way we all see women.
Welcome back to InBox. I'm Amber Powell. Music genres are often inspirations of culture. Meaning and artistic expression blend behind the beat of a drum or the movement of limbs. Occasionally, cultures merge, creating new sounds of styles and dance. Our next story takes us to Oakland, California, where a diverse community is uniting as one, thanks to a new unique style of music and dance.
Samba, an upbeat street dance and music genre seen in Carnival, a 4-day festival in Brazil. This nearly 100-year-old style came from Africa and is now the pulsing iconic representation of Brazilian culture. Funk is a music genre by African American musicians, made with the ingredients of soul, jazz, and R&B. Since the 1960s, it has been one of the most influential styles in music history. Combine the two, and you get SambaFunk, a dance that combines samba movement with hip-hop movement.
Dance, wellness, cultural, musical, fitness project of addressing health issues, health problems.
Thea Williams is the artistic director.
I came up with SambaFunk as a way of, one, being able to teach dance and present something that can help my community and be a benefit of my community. Knowing how to do funk and really loving carnival, that's one of the things that really attracted me to what I'm doing now.
His desire led to the growth of this growing phenomenon.
It's a way to present a cultural bridge for folks that don't know about international cultures.
Stylistically, it differs from other dance workouts like Zumba.
One very unique quality that differentiates what we do from a fitness type of experience is that we incorporate a live bateria.
One of the contributors to the rhythmic sound is Monica Hastings-Smith.
My role in SambaFunk is to act as one of the leaders of the bateria.
The bateria escorts everyone into a few moments of paying respect to the Funkwarians.
Part of the story of who we are is the Funkwarians, who were the babies that were thrown overboard from off the slave ships that were traveling from Africa to the Americas. While it's a storyline and it's kind of our myth, it does kind of wrap up the idea of being respectful and remembering where we came from. It's mentally healing, it's physically healing, it's spiritually healing. So for me, it's an important place for me to show up every week.
For Oakland resident Jay Hermes, it was love at first sound.
Pretty much right after I got off the BART, I heard drumming. So I kind of followed my ear right at the Malanga studio, and I saw the drummers all the way to the left, the dancers in the back. There was so much joy involved, so much energy that I was immediately sold.
We use SambaFunk not only as a way to address dance as art, wellness as fitness, but also after-school kids program.
Samba, I say higher, you say ground, higher.
Jason Brown is the education director.
We decided that it would be mutually beneficial for SambaFunk to become a service provider for Higher Ground after school. We teach drumming, dancing, and costuming as performance art.
Allendale Elementary is one of the schools partnering with the program.
Arts is a great platform to explore kind of critical thinking.
Some parents are enthusiastic about their children learning other cultures.
It's good exposure for them to learn different kinds of dancing, and then it's good exposure for them, I believe, to be with adults as well as children.
I think dance in particular as a performance art is a place for voice. Even through the songs, I think some language development happens. So we try to sneak in through fun, through art, through music, the idea that difference does not mean divergence.
The community aspect is in place.
SambaFunk is about the community and about the kids.
Deborah Banks is part of the SambaFunk's logistics team.
We're behind the scene. We help prepare events like our parties, our picnics, our registrations.
One of their events includes an invitation to host a class session at Oakland Museum's Dance Friday.
We have a very unique brand of getting people involved and making them feel connected with the music.
The growing popularity of SambaFunk will dance its way beyond the Bay Area.
We take what we do outside the dance studio and we get involved in different things that are happening throughout Oakland and throughout the Bay Area. We actually travel, and that's kind of more of our vision to not only be relevant inside the dance studio, but be relevant outside of the studio.
SambaFunk's rhythmic movement will continue to grow as a cultural sensation.
And that's our show for today. Thank you for watching InBox. If you would like more information about the Dream Achievers Band, visit fcsn1996.org. And if you would like more information regarding Marco Cochran and his sculptors, visit marcocochran.com. And if you would like more information on SambaFunk, visit sambafunk.com. See you next time.